This is the rhythm part, the strummed rhythm guitar part to Ramblin Man. And so this is the version that you would play if you want to just do a single strum and sing version. You know, if you just want to sing and accompany yourself singing the song, this is the version that'll do that for you. Similarly, if you're playing with another guitarist or even another two guitarists, one of you can play this part while the others play the lead part. Alright, let's get into it. Not too difficult, this one. I'm going to show you how I was playing it in the playthrough, and then I'll show you the different chord shapes that Dickie Betts uses when he plays this. For my money, just a little more difficult, but you can see when we get there. Alright, now we've only got a few chords in this one. We've got a G chord, an F chord, C, and a D, and the only other chord is briefly an E minor. Dickie Betts plays those chords out of these shapes. He plays G, well, he plays G as if it were a barred G chord with the E shape in front of the bar at the 3rd fret, yeah? I'm sure you're familiar with that G chord shape. What he actually does is he doesn't make that shape. What he does is he plays the F shape there and hooks the thumb over on the 6th string 3rd fret to get the G chord that way. A lot of guitarists do that. I don't like that so much. It's not comfortable for my hand. I prefer that G bar chord, but they're exactly the same chord. Okay? And of course I was using in the playthrough the open string G chord. They all work the same way for the purposes of this song, but that's what Dickie Betts is doing. That one, well, that one is the same thing. On the F, he does the same thing. He takes this G chord shape, moves it down to this shape, hooks the thumb over, gets F like that, or you could play the same chord as a bar chord. C, he plays the other barred major chord shape, bar up to the 3rd fret, and the ring finger lies down across strings 4, 3, and 2, probably mutes string 1, which is good. You don't want this finger to fret the 1st string at the 5th fret. There's the 1st string muted. That's a C major chord, and that's the version that Dickie Betts is actually using when he strums this song. And D is the same shape 2 frets higher. Okay, E minor he plays like a normal E minor. So if you really want to play it exactly like the original track, go ahead and use those chord shapes, but you'll find that the open string versions work fine too. And certainly if you play it on an acoustic, they'll work better, the open string versions. Okay, now the introduction is actually two lead guitars. There is no rhythm on it. If you want to accompany those lead guitars on rhythm, you're going to play G, D, C, and then finish it with C over G, going quickly to G. C over G is a G shape this way round, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, and the index finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. Play that chord, and then take the index finger off and let it resolve to a normal G chord. That intro is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the on-off of the C over G to G is 1, 2, and let it ring across 3, 4. Then you're into the song. Lord, I was born a Ramblin Man. If I was going to sing this for real, by the way, as a strum and sing version, I would capo up at about fret 3 or 4. It's a little low for me down here. Okay, we want G, and we're going to strum this pattern. Bass, down, up, down, up. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Nothing on 3. Now that's going to be our standard strum pattern for the whole song, with the exception of the F to C that comes next. F, we're going to go bass, down, up. Remember, by the way, anytime I talk about bass in these type of strummed songs, I just mean the low end of the chord. Don't be precise about picking a bass note exactly. And then C, we're going to go bass, down, up. So we've gone 1, 2, and 3, 4, and on F to C. And G is the same pattern that we played originally for 2 bars. Bass, down, up, bass, down, up. Here's that first line. Lord, I was born a Ramblin Man. Now we've got 2 more bars of G. Try to make a living and I'm sorry, 1 bar of G going to 1 bar of C, doing the best I. That's the same strum pattern as it was for the G, and so is D, which we'll do for 2 bars. Can. Now 1 bar C to 1 bar G. When it's time to leave and I. 1 bar E minor to 1 bar C. Hope you'll understand. 1 bar G to 1 bar D. That I was born a rambling. And 2 bars G. Man. And at the end of that second bar of G, we're beginning to sing the first verse. My father was a gambler down in Georgia. Alright, that was the chorus. Every time you play the chorus, it'll be the same as that. Then we've got the verse. It's going to go bar, the strum pattern will be the same, bar of G to a bar of C. Father was a gambler down in 2 bars G, Georgia. E, 1 bar G, 1 bar C. Wound up on the wrong end of 2 bars D, gone. And 1 bar C to 1 bar G. I was born in the backseat of a 1 bar E minor to 1 bar C. Can you notice how the second half of this verse is just like the second half of the chorus? Greyhound bus. And the final line of the verse is exactly the same as the final line of the chorus. G to D, 2 bars of G. Rolling down Highway 41. Lord, we're back into the chorus. So play the chorus again. When you have come to the last line of the chorus the second time round, instead of finishing with 2 bars of G, finish with 1 bar of G and then a stopped D chord like this. Born a rambling man. Now that gives the space for the lead guitars to come in with the interlude that comes before the guitar solo. So we've gone, I was born a rambling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll play again on the 1 of the next beat. It's the interlude that comes before the guitar solo, harmonized lead guitars. In this part, we're going to learn the rhythm part that accompanies them. It's a strum of G, strum of D, a strum of C, and a strum of G, just pushed ahead of its beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that G just comes on the 4th beat of the bar of the C bar and rings across its own bar. It's followed by the lead guitar solo, and you know, if you're doing a strum and sing version, you might just leave this bit out. But if you want to play it, it's simply played over the verse chords. So play it exactly the same way as if you were singing again. My father was a gambler down in Georgia. The verse. That's what's going on underneath the guitar solo. And it's followed by verse 2. I'm on my way to New Orleans this morning. Play that the same way you played verse 1. It goes into the chorus again. Lord, I was born a rambling man. You'll play that the same way again. And that's followed by a repeat of the refrain line. Lord, I was born a rambling man. G, F, C, G. That repeats 4 times. Lord, I was born a rambling man. Lord, I was born a rambling man. There we go. Played it 2 times. That would play 4 times. And we go into the second guitar solo, the long outro guitar solo. On the playthrough I cut that short because that is simply, on the rhythm part, a repeat of G, F, C, G. Just keep playing that over the whole of that outro solo. Again, if you're playing a solo strum and sing version with just your own accompaniment, cut that short. You probably want to finish after 4 times of Lord, I was born a rambling man, and finish on 1 strum of a G chord. That'll get it done for the rhythm part. Nothing too difficult, I hope you'll find there. And once you're comfortable with that, you can dive into the lead guitar parts. And I'll see you there.